They just gave Joe Coffey a show at Discover Denton. What do you think about that?
I don't know who that is.
Yo, you don't know who Joe Coffey is?
I don't think so.
All right, well, thank you.
I'm sorry.
All right, so DentonRadio.com just gave Joe Coffey his own show. What do you think about that?
That sounds cool. Who's Joe Coffey?
Joe Coffey, the comedian, he won, none of y'all know Joe Coffey?
Nope.
You never heard of him?
No, I'm sorry.
He won the Damn Award for Best Comedian. Kind of.
Are you Joe Coffey? I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I would do a better
I
interview.
was like that. They just gave Joe Coffey a radio show at DentonRadio.com.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I'm not familiar with Joe Coffey.
You never heard of Joe Coffey?
No.
He won a Damn Award,
Okay.
but he also hosted the Damn Awards. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that is a little bit weird. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm knowledgeable enough on the issue to give you, like, an opinion.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah, okay, you're welcome. I'll look into it, though.
Joe Coffey.
Got it, thank you.
They just gave Joe Coffey a show at Discover Denton Radio. What do you think about that?
Who?
Joe Coffey.
I don't know who that is.
Do you know Joe Coffey, the comedian? They gave him a show at Discover Denton. What do you think about that? They finally gave Joe Coffey a show. Do you know Joe Coffey?
No,
You ever heard him?
No.
He's a comedian. He's really good. What's your name?
Juanita.
Juanita? Joe Coffey is a comedian in town. What do you think about them giving a comedian in town a show?
Good.
It's good for him?
Yeah, we need that in here.
He's cool.
Yeah.
He's funny. Who's your favorite comedian in Denton?
I don't know nobody because I hardly go out or nothing.
well,
But if we
thank
have
you.
one in here,
Joe Coffey's the one.
uh-huh.
Say, I love Joe Coffey.
I love Joe Coffey.
Thank you. They gave Joe Coffey a show at Discover Denton. What do you think about that?
I think there's more deserving people out there.
Who is Joe Coffey?
Joe Coffey is the best joke thief in all of Texas.
Wow. You heard it here first.
Well,
Nobody knows who you are.
shout out to Taylor Higginbotham and everyone else that I don't know who they are either. If that's
We
worth
don't know
any
them.
consolation. Well, this is the first episode of. I guess we decided it's titled "Nobody Knows" with Joe Coffey for obvious reasons. I'm your host, Joe Coffey. We have Ritchy Flo here with me, my co-host.
Aloha, ladies and gentlemen.
Until we find someone better. We have our guest host, Dalton Pruitt, here today.
Hey, how's it going?
Local other comedian. Who,
Yeah.
You think if we would have asked them your name, you think anyone would have known who you were?
Yeah, I'm a beloved figure in this town.
Yeah. They love you. Tell. Well, it's our first episode. We have an awesome, I don't know if it's going to be, we have a thing ready for you today. We'll be talking about some comedy. We have Shane Silagi, Stu Hollowell with LOL for Cause here later today to talk about my roast. Ritchy has a bird story he's going to tell us. So
Found a bird, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned.
yeah. So, what's up, guys?
Hanging out. Just
can
been
we-
hanging out with Dalton.
Can we play back the girl one? The
I think it's the third one.
one who said she'd look into it. This might be my favorite.
Yeah, it's the girl because she says.
The one that Ritchie started this mass conspiracy.
I'm just gonna ask you what you think about.
not-
you know Joe Coffey?
not this one.
comedian?
It's the one that
They
says
gave him a
girl.
show. All right, we can even walk. Where are you walking?
Jupiter House.
Where are you
Cool.
walking? He's walking along with people.
So, they just gave Joe Coffey a radio show at DentonRadio.com.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I'm not familiar with Joe Coffey.
You never heard of Joe Coffey?
She's
He
so
won a
polite
Damn
about
Award,
it.
Okay.
But he also
Yeah.
hosted. the
Doesn't
Damn
know what that
Awards.
is.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that is a little bit weird. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm knowledgeable enough on the issue to give you, like,
Knowledgeable.
an opinion.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah, okay, you're welcome. I'll look into
Awesome.
it, though.
Joe
I'll
Coffey.
Got it, thank you.
I'll look into it. Like
Yeah,
that.
that's all.
I just want to say, like, Richie, you look like a derelict, and I don't know how, like, when you run up to a woman and go, "Where you walking?" that it doesn't end horribly.
No, I know. I think about that when I'm like, approaching. But for some reason, she was like, "Yeah, let me tell you exactly where I'm going."
Well, and he's just coming up to him with a phone too, dressed and
It
looking the way
scares
he
me
is.
every time I see you do that. Like we'll be hanging out and you'll just run up to people and I don't know. I couldn't pull that off.
I was telling him about the cup with the desserts, where I was like, "Watch, I'm gonna walk up to those people and ask them what their favorite desserts are because I'm writing it on cups right now," and they just.
And why do you
did
do this?
Just because I don't.
It's like street performance.
It's like that Jamie Kennedy show if there were no cameras.
It's for that one singular person. Like he is the epitome of a performer.
I just want people to be like, "That was strange. Let's go about our day."
I've seen him make people do jumping jacks on the side of the street and convince them that there were hidden cameras around the whole time and that they were on a hidden camera show. And then had them put their hands in and go say comedy 10 times and go comedy, ready, break. I don't know how you. And it's even the way.
But like I was telling you, like it makes it so that when people are like, "Oh, I don't know what to talk to people about," I'm like, "Look, I just talked to these people about desserts, and I just wrote it on a cup, and I made 10 minutes of that." With them.
I don't understand how you come up with it.
But then a lot of people that I don't remember will come up to me and be like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "How do I know you?" And they're like, "Remember you wrote my favorite dessert on a cup?"
Well, because that's something, I think Dalton definitely has that confidence on stage. I feel that confidence on stage, but that's something I couldn't just go up and do to a random person.
I got people that come up to me every now and then, and they'll talk, and I'll have a full conversation. I have no idea who they are.
They recognize you from stand-up?
Yeah, just like local performances. Yeah. I'm also like kind of a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody knows. Your show would be called Everybody Knows.
No, I mean it is weird just because I'm new to I've only been in this like 4 years. So I'm kind of new to
You're
performance.
4 right now.
Yeah, and it's weird to have people like recognize me, but I'll have full. Actually, I'm friends with people. I don't even know their name.
Yeah, I get that too. But they're like Facebook friends with you or something like that.
Sometimes, but like I'll go hang out at some bars and like
Andy's
people like we're buddies, and then I'll walk away and I'm like, I have no idea who that is.
That's how it is for me at like Bearded Monk or Andy sometimes. And I feel terrible, but then you would feel I don't know, I feel a lot worse asking them, okay, so who are you?
Yeah, there's people that I've known for 2 years and I have no idea what their name is. And every time I see them, I say hi. We talk about, how they're still working at the car dealership. And
it's not like they even really know you with comedy or with hip-hop or any type of performance. Your name is said when you go on stage.
Yeah.
So people know. It's not like when they walk in the bar, people are like, and here's Steve, and everyone claps Steve in,
They should.
I'm not obligated to have to know Steve unless he introduces himself to, hey, Joe Coffey, Steve.
I want to make an app that just recognizes people's faces using Facebook where you're just like, hey, what's up? And then it just like recognizes them. You're like, hey, Steve, I haven't seen you in a while.
Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Type. No.
I'm down.
So, like I said, Dalton's going to be our guest host. I think the way we're going to do this right now, Ritchy's the co-host. We'll have periodic guest hosts, comics, people come in. Dalton's a friend, so we brought in Dalton today. Do we have we have Dalton's set, right? Some of Dalton's how long ago is this?
This is back when I was still like really fat. This is like 2 years ago.
You have lost a lot of weight.
Like I think I do fat jokes in this that wouldn't even be relevant.
Really?
Now. Yeah.
All right. Well, do you mind if we play?
I mean, you guys. I'm gonna sit here and claw my eyes out.
Okay.
He doesn't like listening to his stuff. He thought it was absurd that I listened to my music.
That you listen to. He does that. He will sit in your car because and you will play your music in someone else's car and rap along to it
and show him like, oh, look how cool I am.
And you're like the hip hop Rainbow.
Yeah.
All right, let's play Dalton's side.
My name is Dalton. And in the sciences, biology and chemistry, the Dalton is a unit of measurement used to quantify the mass of molecules. And the Dalton is equivalent to anywhere between 220 and 280 pounds, depending on how depressed the molecule is. That's a pretty smart joke about how sad I am.
Why do you hate that? You're sitting here looking so upset that just played.
I don't
remember that from back
I
in the
don't even do that bit anymore, especially because now I weigh like 190.
Is it actually 220 to is that the actual scientific?
No, the joke doesn't even make sense. The logic of the joke is so
understand.
flawed. It's
Well, I'm not scientifically.
No,
I do want if I go to see a comedian, I do want my comedian to be truthful and accurate.
Well,
Yeah.
we lie all the time.
Yeah, I don't even do that joke anymore.
I remember that from back in the White House days. What's now Killer's Tacos, for those that don't know. I remember you doing that in the backyard at White House when they said we would perform in that gazebo in the backyard with a little water fountain spout that stuck out. Remember that?
Yeah, I don't like recording material. Like I haven't been doing it long enough that like I feel like everything I've ever written so far is just very amateur, and I don't understand these comedians who are like, well, I've been doing comedy for 3 weeks. It's time to, it's time to film 7 minutes and send it out to all the festivals.
No reason.
I'm 4 years in. I don't want to film
nothing.
anything.
I'm 3 years. It's nothing. I still feel unqualified to do such, and we won't name. But there was a situation we talked about, though, not to name who, but there is a situation that arose that they wanted to record some local comics, and we were talking about that, and I feel the same way. I feel like if I was to do a live recording right now and someone was to either make money off it or put it out there, I would just want to do crowd work. I don't want to put out my lukewarm 3-year Motel 6 jokes right now, Like, that's not.
But then, I mean, does that mean that you would have to, like, have a whole new set of jokes after that's
once
done?
you put it out? See, that's another
Well, I
thing,
mean,
too.
look, we're acting like we have a draw. No, nobody will hear it, but I just don't like. I just don't enjoy recording. But I mean, there's people out there who, much more better looking than us, who will do comedy for like 5 years, and you see them on like these talk shows and whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about. I look great.
All right.
You did lose some weight. You lost a lot of weight from that video.
Yeah, I used to weigh like 270.
And you got the boot off now. For those that don't know, you would hurt your foot.
So
working out.
How
right?
long had you been using the shake weight?
The shake weight? Nah, I don't have one. I don't really do anything with weights. I just run and do push-ups.
Yeah.
Shups, as
That's
I
how
call
you hurt your foot, right? Running.
Yeah, just running.
So you're not running right now. You're just.
I'll go out and I walked like 3 miles the other day after I got that boot
I see
off.
you walking everywhere.
Yeah, man. It's people are like really lazy and comfortable nowadays, and it's disgusting. And I think humanity.
That was you a year ago.
That was me.
You're like
That's
you
the
put the tables of
profound man.
I mean, that's the best part of losing weight is being able to cast judgment on people who you used to look like.
That's
you're gonna gain it all back now.
Probably. I don't know. It's hard to stay with like that kind of diet. I was very strict for like 6 months. I'm glad that is there a large audience
are you back
for this?
on for this that we're doing right now?
Yeah.
They have a pool. I don't know if we do. Clearly, if you heard the
Well,
audio.
we don't now.
I've
If all
never
we're
had a
talking about
pool.
is my diet.
Yeah, absolutely not.
People want to know how you've kept it off.
Have I kept it off?
They don't care about how you got it off. They want to know how you kept it off.
I don't know. I mean, my appetite just kind of
ceased to
adjusted. So now I just don't eat as even when
You're
I
not
do.
drinking anymore either.
I'm also this Saturday will be a month of sobriety.
Oh.
So
it'll be a year.
Now you actually are better than everybody.
I mean,
I'm not trying to take away from that, but in like 25 days it'll be a year for me.
Really?
That I haven't.
I've seen you take sips.
Maybe, yeah. I like to taste it.
Is that still considered sober?
Yeah.
I mean, you're.
No, I disagree. AA would disagree.
Yeah,
with
but
me.
I'm not an AA. I'm just my pancreas isn't as healthy as my brain.
Is that why? Health issues?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get hospitalized?
Yeah, but people usually when I'm like, oh, I don't drink, people are like, oh, you're so strong. Wish I had that willpower. Like you're so cool. And
You're
I'm
like, I just can't.
I don't want to die.
That's it. It's that.
If I die, then I won't be able to drink anything. So.
Right. I guess. I don't really know, Dalton. Do you have any shows coming up? We're not like getting you off, but you got any comedy shows coming up? Stop.
I'll be at the Sunshine Bar in Arlington, May 20th. Joe's Bar in Krugerville, Texas.
Oh, Joe's Bar. That's
June 1st.
That is literally Krugerville, like a town of like 20, and you will literally have the same 20 people there. The mayor of the town.
The mayor's gonna be there.
I don't know. Yes.
I'm sure the mayor of Krugerville looks like every other person in Krugerville, which is just a
Denton.
person in a camo hat.
That's why we live in Denton.
So with Dalton right now, the way comedy, you've been doing comedy 4 years. What is the thing you hate most going on in comedy right now?
You've been doing comedy 4
I
years.
know you're definitely You have opinions on things.
That's
That's a nice
such
way.
an odd question to ask me, dude.
You think it is?
What do I hate most?
About comedy right now?
What do I hate?
Or what do you love most about comedy right now? What do you love most about doing stand-up at this point in your life?
I just love doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole process, writing a joke and then performing it and then getting a laugh
Yeah.
and then the adoration of all of my fans.
Yeah. All the ones that would have known you had we given you the host spot that so undeservingly took over.
No, I mean, you get jaded pretty easily doing anything, and I mean, yeah, there's a lot to talk about that you hate, but I don't know, I still really love doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I just kind of am not, what I don't really like is like the way there's this strange like backwards entertainment industry that still seems to exist where it's like you have to go to like one of these coastal cities like LA or New York.
You have to apparently be in this big market.
And you still have all these people clamoring to just get fame, whatever.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, fame seems so unappealing.
Yeah.
You just want to tell jokes.
Yeah, and it's also, I mean, in this area, it's difficult to get booked for a lot of stuff because there's just not a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, not a lot of big pay for a comic in the DFW area.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm happy to perform, and as long as I can go up, whether I'm doing 3 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever, as long as I got something new to say at some point and I can make people laugh.
What about in the joke writing? Do you see what's like a reoccurring thing you see in joke writing right now that what is the reoccurring hack material you see right now? Like Trump material? Like, what is the least when you hear a comic state his premise up front of it? Like, what is something that'll immediately have you write it off?
I don't think there's like hack premises. I think there's a lot of people who have the same takes on a lot of things. Like, one of the ones we tend to joke about is online dating. Like, I see a lot of comics.
Yeah.
Because I mean, everybody's. It's like a newer thing, relatively new to our
within
culture.
the 10 year. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is. It's just weird. Like Tinder and Bumble are very strange things, but I do see a lot of people doing the same. I've seen people just go on and they'll like read a wacky Tinder profile they found. And I'm like,
so you're telling me to bring back my pager material? Is that it? Just my fax
sure.
machines?
Well, no, I mean it's just like whenever I see somebody who share a Tinder profile, I'm like, well, cool. You didn't do any of the writing on this. Whoever that person is wrote a pretty funny Tinder profile.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people share those, and most of the time it seems like when I see someone share it on Twitter, it's like a movie line. It's just a line from Step Brothers or something. Like someone's taken an entire monologue from a movie and they make it their Tinder profile.
Yeah, and I mean I think ultimately the problem that you see that faces a lot of comedians is, it is. I don't know if I want to call it an art form. I guess it is.
Memeing?
It's what memeing? No. Just talking about comedy. I think you see
that's the new comedy, right? Memes and GIFs.
Memes and GIFs, yeah.
I fear I will never be as funny as a GIF.
No, you won't.
In a short span of time, that is the funny, like in that little window.
None of us will be. I mean, if, brevity, memes and GIFs have really figured all that out.
Yeah.
Oh, entirely. There's no fat to it.
I think comedy is like, as something that's creative. I think a lot of comedians kind of fall in love with like whatever they see on like these TV shows, people like Louis or something where he's in New York. They fall in love with like this whole idea
the
of it.
romanticizing of being a struggling, like sad city comic.
And then I go to comedy clubs or bar shows or whatever, and I see people just getting hammered and doing the same material night after night. And there's a lot of work that goes into like, you have to kind of read a lot and stay informed and write every day. It's not just.
Well, reading makes you a better writer. That is a scientific fact.
Yeah, and
science.
I'm into science now.
Yeah,
you're a scientist. I've seen that.
But yeah, I think it's you have to actually put in work. You can't just get hammered every night.
Yeah, it's not just gonna come to you.
Do the same 5 minutes.
The jokes aren't gonna write themselves.
No.
But some people feel like because a lot of people see the Stanhopes or the the drunks that can go up there and do that, and it's a romanticized thing to sit there and like, I can be that sad drunk up there and make people laugh, and that's something that is a 1 in a million. A lot of people cannot do that. I see people do that constantly at open mics. We see that there's certain people, like you said, you see it every single mic, and they'll go up there and they'll just try the drunken crowd work or something. And
Yeah, but I mean, I think ultimately it's just a lot of people kind of have fallen in love with the idea of, especially in this new boom that we're in, or I'm told it's a boom. I don't know.
Do you think it is? 'Cause, I mean, I guess we
I
have
think it's a
no-
bubble. I think it's
I mean, the same thing like happened to hip hop and rap music. You know, it was like when I first started making music, I was like 10 or 11, and I just happened to be able to do it because my dad had a computer that had software on it, but nobody
When
else
was
was
this?
doing it. In like 2001,
Okay.
you know. So then like
2001.
2001, and so that
And one mixtape. 2001 mixtape.
2001, and so like getting that, and like then everybody was doing it. Well, comedy, you don't even need a computer, you know. Like it seems like
That was
when
the
people
most-
realize like, oh my god, we can still be like a part of something, but we don't even need to bring anything.
That was the most appealing thing to me was the fact like it's hard for me to get 3 friends. It was hard to get people here for this. It's hard for me to get 3 friends to go out to eat. I don't understand how you can start a band. You know what I mean? The commitment to start a band, everyone has to full on be in that 100%. The practice, the time, getting along with that's what I liked about comedy it's 100% on you. Even as hip hop, you sometimes have to wait on. I mean, you make your own beats, but a lot of people don't. They'll have to wait on an engineer or you know. So, all right, that was comedy talk. We need like little round of applause.
Comedy
samples,
talk.
drops
That was
we
funny.
can
Hey, that
do.
was funny.
I think as you do more episodes of this, because right now, so the way you just ended that, and whatever, I feel the segue is very ham-fisted. Whatever we're leading into, there was a better way to do it, Joe.
Oh, entirely.
And you'll learn
Absolutely.
as you do this, as you become a broadcaster.
Or I'll
you'll-
get fired within a couple weeks.
But boy, was that uncomfortable.
Yeah,
for me,
absolutely.
What you just
absolutely. Well, you're here to be the pepper. That's what we had. You were here to
No,
pepper that moment
I
up.
like to think of myself more as the paprika on a deviled egg.
Speaking of segues, what's the next topic?
Well, we had weird news with some things.
James Comey was. Is that what you mean?
No, that's not.
That's normal news.
That's not
just-
normal
that's
news. This
just-
is a brave new world we're entering.
All right. Well, weird news has some things that we can talk about that aren't so sad. So we wanted to do a weird news segment. We're gonna see how this goes. It could totally be terrible. Then we'll bring on Shane and Stu from LOL
Don't
for
do
a
that.
cause.
Don't. You need to believe in your bits.
You think?
Yeah, your whatever segment you have lined up. You
I
need
don't
to-
know if I believe in this.
Don't look. If you were going door to door selling alarm systems,
Mhm.
don't tell them, "Hey, it might be terrible."
It might
tell
not.
them
It might not work.
nobody will. If somebody tries to break in,
Right.
And that's what I'm
Mhm.
telling you about this this bit we're doing. It's gonna be wonderful.
Treat everything
This
like you're
is gonna
selling
be
alarms.
so fabulous. So weird news. We have 3 stories that were pulled up. 3 wonderful, amazing stories, ma'am. You will love this alarm. Cops, woman entered wrong house. But so what happened? This lady in Pennsylvania. Actually, I'll read it out loud. Police in Pennsylvania say a woman who decided to walk rather than drive after a night of drinking ended up at the wrong house and in the wrong bed. Police Chief Tim Weitzel tells the Tribune Review the woman had been at a bar Friday night and decided to walk to a relative's house. She ended up in a stranger's house where she tried and failed to enter through a window. She then successfully climbed through the window of a nearby home. So she went to 3 different houses?
I'm not buying it.
I don't know. Yeah, Witzel says the homeowners noticed the window open, became alarmed, called the police. Officers found the woman sleeping in a bed. She's charged with burglary for breaking into a house when someone was home and trespassing charges.
I'm not buying it.
Not buying it?
That's not that weird.
I don't think that's that weird either.
I mean,
That
it's
was-
kind of weird. I guess I buy
was
it.
under-
No, because I've blacked out before when I was a
Have
heavy.
you, to this point? That's kind of weird.
I mean, I've blacked out and
she
done.
broke into someone's house. She had to be pretty conscious to do that, right?
I mean,
No,
No?
dude. Yeah, if you've never blacked out.
Oh, tell me one of these stories.
Well, no,
if
just
it's
because blacking
appropriate.
out just means like your body. You're still
You're
doing
on
stuff.
autopilot.
Yeah, you're still like doing whatever dumb drunk stuff you were gonna do. You're just not aware that you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's happened to me like many times.
I don't understand how you can be so mentally.
I've seen it. I
wore
mean,
down,
and
but
I'm
you can
sober,
be
so
physically
like
inept to.
I'll be with people who they don't even act. It's in the mind, so they're not even acting like super drunk, but they don't remember anything the next day. And I'm like, but you were like we were talking about like
Have you
all the stuff, and they're like, I don't remember at all.
So have you done has anyone done anything similar to this? I mean, I've
Oh,
heard
yeah.
stories of people falling asleep in front yards.
I've-
What's the worst that you can actually tell?
I mean, I blacked out once, and like, what's weird is that when you black out, you'll either pass out and then wake up, and then you're like, I don't remember anything, or you'll come out of your blackout and you'll be in the middle of doing something.
Okay.
And I remember I had one of those where I blacked out, and then when I came to, I was walking down the highway.
Oh.
Yeah.
On the highway?
Not on the,
side
but
of
like
the
on the
highway.
grass strip
Yeah.
on the side of the highway.
Uh-huh.
And like I came to, and I'm still drunk, but now I'm just not blackout drunk.
How far were you from where you were you from your
Miles,
house?
dude.
Really?
I was miles from where I lived.
That's scary.
yeah. I don't know
You
how I
have no
got.
history of sleepwalking or anything?
No, dude,
No
it
Mike
was-
Birbiglia?
I had just been drinking like I had a bunch of shots of that like Bacardi 151, which you're not supposed to drink
yeah,
straight.
that's not supposed
You're supposed to
that's
mix it with-
mixes with things, right?
Yeah, and so yeah, I was walking down the highway, and I was still really drunk, and so like I couldn't find my apartment,
Yeah.
and so it took me like 4 hours to get
Oh
home.
my
I didn't get I
gosh.
could like it was like 4 in the morning when I realized where I was, and then maybe 7 in the morning by the time I found my apartment.
That was here in Denton.
Yeah,
Off what highway?
30. It was 35. Like
What?
Yeah,
That's no good.
How are you alive?
I don't know.
I'm glad you're here
I
talking
was-
to us.
It was my birthday one time, and the last thing I remembered was texting my girlfriend, "Hey, I'm about to come over," and then I woke up in the passenger seat of my friend's car in front of his house, and he was like the designated driver, and he said he was trying to wake me up, and I wouldn't go inside, and so at some point I woke up and just like threw up all over this car, and then I woke up in the morning and I was like,
Whose car?
my friend,
Oh,
friend
okay.
that was like, "Hey, yeah, man, I'll take you home or whatever."
Was it a
And then
nice car?
Yeah,
Nice-
He said
nice
he was
car?
trying. It was brand new. He said he said he was trying to wake me up, and I wouldn't wake up. And he was like, "I just figured you just sleep in the car. I'd come get you in the morning," and puked everywhere. Had no recollection of it. I
So
just
this
like
isn't
woke
the
up like.
pancreas story, though. This isn't the
Gross.
time. This
No, that was in Austin. That was like,
It's always in Austin.
yeah, it was an Austin thing.
It was an Austin.
That's
thing.
what's weird about like
Pancreatic
drinking,
cancer.
because everybody, like this culture especially, everybody wants to drink to have fun, and I never did. I thought I was.
You never
drinking-
had fun drinking?
I had thought I was drinking to have fun, and then I realized
Replacing?
I was just drinking to.
Cope.
I don't know what but I would always. I never cut myself off. I mean, I remember being over here at Andy's one night recently, and I probably drank like 15 shots of tequila, and I don't know why they
Probably.
I think I got cut off eventually.
Yeah, probably did. But you've never broken into. At least you never got a trespassing charge.
No, I almost got a DUI though.
Yeah.
I got caught sleeping in a running car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that
And
was-
the keys are in, and
Keys,
that's.
car was running and everything.
Oh,
and
man.
I only got a warning. That was pretty.
Oh,
cool.
you're so
A
lucky.
warning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
He told me to just go back to sleep.
That's a cool.
Take the keys out and go back to sleep.
He was like, just don't go anywhere.
Okay, we got I guess a couple more weird news stories. We'll bring on Stu and Shane. They're patiently waiting out front. Hey guys, hi.
Could we
Everyone
just
wave
like
to-
make them like never bring them on?
we can just roast them from out here. That's not, they're here to
Y'all
roast
call those
me.
beards?
We got a little tear face. They do both have amazing beards.
No, they don't. They need to shave.
Amazing.
Weird news story. So a woman says her 9-year-old daughter was attacked by a kangaroo at an animal park in Alabama. It's not even a zoo. It's an animal park. What's the difference?
Animal park. Everyone's dressed in safari gear.
They're not real.
I don't know.
It's
I
just
don't
a
know.
big furry colony.
It's not a real kangaroo.
Attacked by a kangaroo at an animal park in Alabama, and she's got the video to prove it.
She put her in the pouch.
Jennifer White says the animal grabbed her daughter Cheyenne and bit her on the head during a visit Saturday at Harmony Park Safari in Huntsville, Alabama. White tells whatever news station that she shot a video which shows the So kangaroo reaching through the holes of a large fence to grab her daughter. So her daughter's being grabbed by the hair by a kangaroo, and her initial reaction is to whip out the
Snapchat.
phone just to get the not save your. Aren't kangaroos' arms kind of tiny?
They're like little Barney arms.
Nah, they're huge, dude.
Really?
I don't know. Kangaroos are like.
Oh, they fight. They punch.
they're
They
jacked,
punch.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
I have seen.
And I think they have like raccoon hands.
Really?
Yeah, mate.
that makes sense.
No, they have
What?
kangaroo hands.
I mean, but technically they're raccoon hands.
The girl now
Nope.
has more than a dozen stitches in her head. No one from Park returned a call on Tuesday from the Associated Press. Video shows warning signs that say, "I bite" on the kangaroo's enclosure. So there are signs. I don't know what a little girl had to do to make a kangaroo that. I think it's crazy. The lady with the headline is woman videotapes kangaroo grabbing girl at animal park.
the girl was trash talking Steve Irwin.
Absolutely.
And the
Kangaroo
Get here in
wasn't
my
having it.
pouch.
Kangaroo was not. I thought that was kind of cool. Well, it's not cool.
Look, the third story better be about James Comey.
This actually third story is about.
We can't touch on that.
Now, look.
You mean Coney? Like
No.
Coney, like
Former
Sonic
FBI
Coney. I know what
director.
you're
You're talking about Coney
I know.
O'Brien?
No.
Coney O'Brien. Coney O'Brien.
Hey, look, it's a cat.
There is a person with cat nose and whiskers. This is going to be fun. The people watching here might be some of the best part. Although,
Oh, yeah, in this town.
absolutely. Absolutely. I don't even know if this is that good. It's just
No. The
this is-
kid that put on Twitter how many
Do you want-
likes
do you like
for me
this
to get a
one?
year worth of.
This person, all right. So a Twitter plea from a Nevada teen for a year of free chicken nuggets. I remember seeing this on Twitter. This teen tweeted, "How many retweets do I have to get a year of chicken nuggets?" Wendy's told them 18 million. I think Ellen DeGeneres had shared it and all these things. They got what? The record is 3.4 million retweets. That doesn't seem like a lot.
That's not that much.
But
I
that's
mean, who was that? James Vanderbeek?
who that tweeted it? I don't know if
What?
they give the name. Wilkerson.
Or was
Carter
Wilkerson?
Wait, did he get the nuggets?
Yeah, Wendy's. Dublin, Ohio-based Wendy's says Wilkerson has earned the Nuggets despite not hitting the 18 million. So just in Dublin, Ohio, free nuggets for this one specific location at Wendy's.
Hey, speaking of Ellen DeGeneres, have y'all seen Finding Dory?
No.
Is that
It's
the
a
sequel to Nemo?
It's so good.
Is it really?
Yeah,
You're
I
lying
really
right now.
enjoyed it. No, I'm not lying.
Good joke writing, funny,
It's a good. Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Like I highly recommend it.
better than Nemo.
No, not at
No,
all. But
no,
it's
no.
still really good. And you got Ed O'Neill plays an octopus.
Really?
Yeah, Al Bundy himself.
Did
is
they
awesome.
bring up the chicken nuggets in Finding Dory?
No.
No.
No,
I think
it's-
I would watch the DeGeneres show if it was just Dory. Like if they CGI animated a fish talking where Ellen's supposed to be. I think then you could get me to watch the Ellen show. I would watch the
I love
Dory
the Ellen show.
You do?
I like watching her dance.
I like all of it. I like when she kisses
That's
Will
all
Smith.
she does, right?
No,
She
look,
dances and
man.
talks, right?
Look,
That's
I like
I'm gonna tell you something. That kind of charisma, like what she does, you can't.
Well,
you can't
we
recreate
don't have
that.
it. We don't have
No,
it.
absolutely not. We were proving that with this show.
If I could have 1% of that.
Can somebody dance?
No.
I mean, technically, like, culturally, yes.
There we go.
Dum,
See?
dum, 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 dum,
Look great.
There we
I
go.
guess there is
And
a.
we don't have the live audience clapping them along, but
That's just the
there
thing.
we go. We got two people that
I
are coming
dance,
to be
y'all.
on the show. We got Shane and Stu cheering him on. Well, that was weird news. Let's give it up for weird news. We need the. All right.
Yay, that was cool. Dalton
All right.
loved that last segment. It was one
I
of his
really
favorites.
enjoyed all of that.
Do you guys want some good news?
Yes.
We are entirely on time. We are a minute early. I have an agenda
What?
here. Yeah. and
Global
we
Do you remember
Globalist
the agendas
agenda.
in high school? They would give you an agenda that
like
was
a
like
syllabus?
no, it was like a
Homework?
a schedule book that was like had 3D graphic on the front. You would like write what you no.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys see what's going on with Alex Jones?
No.
He's
Stop
a-
trying to. You're trying to. When did you become such a political?
It's not even political. Like, well, no, I guess he's political, but like he was in that custody battle, and he was like saying that what he does as a character.
Oh yeah, I did hear about
Yeah.
that. I did. That it's all a bit.
Yeah.
I don't like to hear that.
Talk about committing to the bit. You want me
Yeah.
to commit?
You have to commit.
Alex Jones commit? You don't have to Alex Jones commit.
I love Alex Jones.
I mean, that's where I get all my news.
Do you have an
Yeah.
InfoWars shirt?
No.
I feel like I could see you in an InfoWars shirt. We probably shouldn't be
I-
putting other websites on here.
Well,
Bleep out InfoWars.
I don't know.
Are you talking about Infowars.com?
No, not that
I
one.
feel like art is a
.org.
community, and we should support other artists like Alex
God,
Jones.
Stop. Support
Yeah,
local.
globalists.
Like if I ever was on Pierce, if I was ever on Pierce Morgan, I would definitely Alex Jones it, because those interviews give you like millions of views. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're just like, look, this is what I do.
No one
Pierce,
wants to hear a
blah, blah,
normal
blah.
guy.
No, but if you're like, they're taking our guns up, then you're like,
Dude, that
yes,
Alex
that
Jones
guy.
interview on Piers Morgan is one of the greatest
Yeah.
things that's ever been on
So
television.
can you replace that role in this show? Can you be that guy?
The
I mean, I
Alex
know you
Jones?
just signed the full disclosure saying you would not be that guy,
Yeah.
but if you could be that guy, it could save this show.
I have a pretty heavy Southern drawl, and if I
Yeah.
add a little gravel to it, I
Springtown
think I
High
could.
School.
I think I could sound like Alex Jones.
Try it. I've never heard you.
The multi-dimensional globalist.
Yeah, that's actually very, very good.
That's
One of the
pretty-
greatest things
I've
is-
never heard you impersonate anybody.
I think Alex Jones may be the only. That's my calling. Is Alex Jones?
SNL, get a hold of this man right
Who
here.
who's the comedian that they think is Alex Jones?
Bill Hicks.
Bill
They
Hicks,
think
yeah.
Alex Jones is Bill Hicks doing a.
How
bit.
great would that be? Just
Well,
who
I mean,
reveals himself.
Alex Jones is about as funny as Bill Hicks.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, hot take. hot.
Do they look like each
Comedy.
other?
Yeah, they
Yes,
do. They look a lot
do.
alike.
They
Yeah.
very
Are
much.
they? They're both just hanging out.
They're both very funny.
Bill Hicks has been dead for like 20 years, man.
Oh, so it is him.
Yeah, that's the point.
Makes sense. You
All
heard
right.
it here first.
Well, that was weird news. We are gonna play Stu and Shane's sets, and then we are gonna do I see them both? Yeah, and then we're gonna get them in here. So here is Shane Silagi and Stu Hollowell. Both of their sets of them doing comedy with LOL for a cause.
It's like you can walk in with your Secret Service agents, AKA the besties. You know what I mean? They're like on, right? And we're clear, we can begin dancing now. There are no creeps around. No, it's because you guys, girls, you guys plan your nights out so much better than guys, right? You plan what you're gonna wear, you play your earrings, gonna match your, you know what I mean? And then like you know where you're going, you're like, we're gonna go to this bar first, and then we're gonna go to this bar first, second rather, and then third, yeah, we're gonna hit that bar. And then boom, you guys go, right? Guys, it's like, hey man, you wanna go to the bars? Yeah. That's it.
I tend to be a grammar Nazi. I don't really enjoy that about myself. It's not something I do intentionally. Though, like just the other day, I was getting coffee, and the barista said, "You doing good today?" And I said, "Yes, I'm doing well." She said, "Oh, are you an English person?" And I said, "No, I'm not from England, but I do work in education." And she said, "You're going to be a good teacher, I can tell." And I said, "Thank you, but no. I'm going to be a well teacher."
My name is Dalton. And in the sciences, biology and chemistry, the Dalton is a unit of measurement used to quantify the mass of molecules. And the Dalton is equivalent to anywhere between 220 and 280 pounds, depending on how depressed the molecule is. That's a pretty smart joke about how sad I am.
Glad we're playing this twice.
We played Dalton, doubling down on your.
Just in case you missed the hot takes.
Hey, fella, I did miss Shane's. What joke of that was yours? 'Cause we were getting everyone in here.
I don't
You're
even
gonna-
remember.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
didn't.
didn't-
I don't.
I
Yeah, we
missed
didn't
it.
hear
I
you.
don't have, I don't have jokes.
Yeah, we've heard his jokes so many times. We just
Oh,
we
it was
just
the-
tune
it was
him
the
out
dancing,
every
It
single
was
time.
the dancing.
Shane, do you
Girls
have
in
a
the Club.
script prepared?
Yeah, dude. No. That's just my talking points, bro.
Talking points?
No, I don't.
I don't even think we really have those.
No, I was.
I have
I'm-
Stu
I
and
was,
Shane's
I was
set.
writing another joke.
Oh yeah.
Can we hear?
No,
Yeah, we've
no,
got-
Man,
Oh,
I was
run it.
actually, No, I was actually just writing some sick lyrics. Is what
That's
it was.
awesome.
For
are
what?
Are they bars?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fire bars.
Wait, I don't
Fire.
believe you now. You really had to stop and think about that one.
No, dude, I'm working on a Christmas album. Like
Are you
a
really?
Christmas
This is
rap album.
This is true.
Mm.
He and I are actually partnering, and we're going to use the profits to donate to charity.
Boom.
It's- yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the charity
Christmas in
thing.
July.
Stu and Shane, for those that don't know, are with LOL for a Cause, Language of Laughter.
We are with them. We are in them. We are of them.
What if you want to tell?
Oh, sure. Language of Laughter is a comedy nonprofit where educators and comedians team up, and we put on comedy shows. We use the money from ticket sales to buy books for kids. This next show, we're trying to get a classroom library set of dictionaries to some kids who need them in Dallas.
You have
Kids
got
love
that down.
dictionaries.
Yeah, I say it all the time.
Yeah.
What do you-
all
are
these
you-
radio interviews, man.
Tattooed under the eye. Yeah.
Tattooed under the eyelids, absolutely.
So big. All the radio interviews.
Right.
What kind of dictionaries?
Is this your new low?
What are y'all? Y'all like Merriam-Webster or
Yeah,
Oxford?
any
I'm
mono.
a fan of Oxford. You know, they've got the emojis in there now.
They have emojis in Oxford.
They do, yeah.
What do you mean?
They've got, like,
God.
I think they added the poop emoji to the Oxford dictionary. One of the emojis. They're starting to add them.
The eggplant.
The egg
So wait, do you look
Definitely
up
an
the
eggplant.
P?
Do they define
Do you look
them?
up POO? Like, do you look up poop and then it shows it and it defines it? Isn't
I
that what-
don't know where they put the emojis in the dictionary.
I definitely know eggplant's been in there since like 1608.
You know, I read this essay
No.
by David Foster Wallace about language usage, and he recommends that everybody have a copy of the Oxford English Dictionary. And now that I'm hearing that they have emojis,
Throw them out.
I
burn
think
'em.
it's a good thing that he's dead.
he would not
Yeah.
be happy.
He would die twice.
I remember when
Either way.
every house used to have a set of encyclopedias.
Yeah, I used to have the Encyclopedia Britannica.
That's
like
the
this
thing.
whole like
Those are completely useless now.
28.
Yeah. Wikipedia has ensured that.
Google all of it. Yeah, you don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
They went from like $2,000 a set
I
to
was gonna
like
say they used to be
$10 a set.
So like, I will pay you $20
take
just to
these.
take these. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just gonna buy an iPad for $500.
Makes good firewood.
Has more, way more.
What do you guys think like actual knowledge is? Because like you could just pull everything off the internet now. So like,
Yeah.
what would actually make you
knowledgeable as our last.
What's
Yeah.
what's
Our
crazy
audio.
is that you can actually download all of Wikipedia and put it on a flash drive.
Right.
And people do this just in case the internet goes black, right? So if you need to restart society, just plug in your flash drive and you can learn all about farming.
It is kind of
Based off
funny.
someone's Wikipedia.
Yeah,
that we
right.
don't even know who wrote this.
I guess so.
It's kind of funny though when people are like, "I know everything. I have my phone," and it's like,
Do you
yeah,
ever-
But you don't know anything.
You have access to everything.
I know I can't be the only one when I'm in a conversation and someone brings up a name or a reference I don't understand and everyone gets
Immediately.
it. You Google, search
Oh,
under the table, act
I
like I'm
do-
texting or
I
something.
do one more.
and
I just click the voice thing as like, Google, what is this? In front of the
right in front of
person.
them, just
Yeah.
kind of
Right.
whisper.
I think it's better just to admit you don't know what they're talking about.
I'm
And
starting
then
to get
never.
to that point, but I realize here's the thing. I realize if someone is smarter than me, like if I already know they're smarter, and that's
He's
a lot of
sitting
people.
to your left.
That's a lot of people.
Gas station pumps are smarter than you.
Stage-
I just
Stage
was
left,
seeing if I was
stage
left
right.
or right. It's like, don't
Stage left. I no, and so I realized though, like talking to someone like Brett Pivito, who's another comic. You know, we all know Brett is he's well versed. He talks smart. So when Brett says something and I don't understand, I'm not scared to ask Brett what that means.
That's good.
You know what I mean? But if it's someone that I think I'm smarter than or I'm on that same level and
You'll
they
challenge them.
they say a thing that I don't know, I won't admit it and I'll just play along. Be like, yeah, I know that thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
I used to know this kid who was like a scientist kid, if that makes sense. You know, he like loved science, and every time I'd say anything, he would be like, "Oh yeah, I know." And it got to a point where I was like, "Dude, you probably don't know any
That's
of this
not-
stuff."
yeah.
But you said it so much that I think you're brilliant because anything, I'd be like, you know, yeah, goldfish only live for 1 year, and he's like, "Yeah, I know that."
I love
had
making up
Pop-Tarts for
facts.
breakfast.
Yeah.
I make up facts with my students because I teach kindergarten and first grade.
Oh,
and
this is promising.
yeah, and well, I mean they're harmless facts. I mean alternative facts, if you will. Yeah, but yeah, they just believe them so easily. It's
Like
did
what?
You,
What was the
like?
last-
Did you know that you'll trip and fall if you take your shoes off in school during school time? It's just
Oh, so this
yeah.
is to get your
right. It's not anything malicious. It's just
Yeah,
like
just to make your
yeah,
job
my
easier.
teacher-
making my job
You're
easier.
just
My teacher
tricking,
used to say-
you're manipulating young minds.
My teacher used to
Nothing
say,
harmful at
if
all.
if you tattletale, an angel dies. So it's like pretty much the same
Oh
kind of thing.
man, you never want to be an angel killer.
Aren't
That'll-
angels already dead? Isn't that kind of the?
You know, Stu, I think it's,
I don't think
I think it's cool that
Helpless.
you teach kindergarten and first grade because I audit kindergarten and first grade classes.
That must require a lot from you. It's that would be a task.
No, I find them challenging.
So Shane and Stu are here because Friday
is the big
this
day.
Friday we're roasting this baby boy right here.
Yay.
Joe Coffey.
Yeah. Mr. Joe Coffey, we're gonna rip into
Right when we've got you
for
at the
second
pinnacle
time.
of your career, because
This is the
everybody,
pinnacle?
yeah, everybody
Right.
knows you.
This is the high point.
This is on your
Yeah.
way out. This
Clearly,
is the,
everybody knows.
Yeah.
me. I'm not knowledgeable of the. I want that audio drop. That's.
It took me literally asking 60 people about Joe Coffey to finally find 60 people that didn't know him.
Did I hear correctly? You were considering naming this "Everybody Knows Joe Coffey"?
It's
Is that-
nobody.
Nobody knows Joe
So-
Coffey.
but you-
It's just
done-
nobody knows with me,
Okay.
Joe Coffey.
I see.
You've been doing comedy in Denton for
3 years now,
3
I guess.
years,
Yeah.
but you've done comedy other places. Like you've done it
Yeah.
abroad.
Yeah, yeah.
Have
I
you done?
went-
You've done it in New York,
Wait,
right?
wait.
Yeah.
That's not abroad.
That's not abroad at all.
Abroad. I mean abroad
He's-
from Texas.
But it was
Afar.
like
You mean
open-
afar.
it was like
afar.
Yeah.
Oh,
It wasn't
if
like-
abroad is international.
If we consider Texas a country as it rightly is,
But it wasn't like big gigs. I just went out and did mics and
Would
stuff.
you, would
know,
you
and
go,
met
would you
people.
move to New York?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I would like to, but again, we talked about that with Dalton. Like, there is this whole stigma that you have to go to these bigger market coastal cities, and I don't know. I mean, dude, that scares me, man. Affording that, I barely afford living in Denton, where it's
Right.
like $300 a month for rent.
Coastal cities are what the global.
But in New York, you can be a new man.
You think? Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
could just change it all.
You
I
could just go by
no
Joe
one,
Johnson.
clean slate.
Yeah.
Clean slate and no roasting.
I mean, he could go to Sanger and be a clean slate, really.
No one in
Just do
Sanger has a
comedy.
clean slate. Everyone goes to Sanger because they don't.
Because
have
you're
a
guilty
clean
of some
slate.
crime.
Yeah,
one
you
way or
gotta
the
get
other.
away.
Just do
What's
comedy nonstop in New York. Just keep.
You have to pay to do comedy in New York if you're not a big name filling.
The rats in New
$1
York.
a minute.
Yeah,
Too many rats.
Hot
you've got to
rats,
pay for
Frank
stage
Zappa.
time.
Was
What
that
were you
you telling
saying?
me all the rat facts the other day?
No.
No, that was me. The Morgan Spurlock's documentary Rats. If you guys have never seen that documentary,
Sounds
and
like the
you're
least
also-
interesting documentary. I've
Oh, it is.
Nah, dude.
No,
it
we're
is.
all becoming rats slowly. Have you
It
noticed
is-
people's hands?
That's not. That's not it. That's not it. Richie just has weird hands.
He's trying to pass it
He's
off.
a magician.
It's all of us.
They have animal hands. Warlock hands.
We all
No,
love cheese.
It's a documentary. There's more rats than people in New York. It's this whole culture behind. There's a temple in
poison.
Taiwan that they believe that their dead ancestors are these rats, so they just keep rats in these temple.
No
It has
way.
this big fat. It shows this guy pull larvae out of.
Does
it.
this not lead to the second bubonic plague?
Yeah,
Because I
They're
feel
kind
like
of.
that's-
It eventually gets to the point where they're kind of saying rats will take over. And the craziest thing about a rat, here's a crazy rat fact, is the poison we use right now to kill rats. Their bodies adapt. So 10 years from now, that poison no longer works. And
Which
they're
is
saying rats
gasoline
are
in a match.
scientifically getting bigger and bigger by the
we're,
year.
we're like doing scientific experiments exclusively on rats. So
You know
eventually we're just going to build this breed that can take over for sure.
But
we're
you know what will
literally
still
pinky
work?
in the brain.
They can definitely wear makeup.
Guns will still work.
Against rats? I don't know.
I mean,
What if-
I'm
Not
not
if
gonna
the-
throw away my
What?
shot, man.
Not
I'll tell
if
you
the
that
liberal
much.
left take all our guns.
But that's the thing. They're like trying to find like a chemical.
Obama's still coming.
He's coming for you.
They're using like a chemical. You know what I mean? But I'm sure if you just sprayed them with gas, they'll never get immune to that. And
or
no
or
one will.
boots, like steel-toed boots, just
But
Stomp 'em.
we would have to keep if the rats keep getting bigger. Your feet are gonna.
Can
have to
you
keep
eat the
getting
rats?
bigger. Well, eventually it'll
We'll
be bigger than your.
co-evolve.
Yeah.
is there harm in eating
Probably.
the rat?
Oh,
I
so
would
there
imagine.
is a place in another Taiwan culture where they cook rats and they serve
Yeah,
them with their
Mexico
beer
cooks
and eat them.
rats.
It wasn't in Mexico when they showed it, but I believe they literally showed this lady killing it.
Yeah,
spitting it,
did they
and it
just
is-
so they
You don't know
if
whisper
you're
that.
if you don't have if you have a strong stomach, I definitely recommend one. It is
what
a
these
crazy.
what these
documentary.
sounds like what these restaurants have been doing is they've taken a clear health code violation and turned it into their menu.
Yeah.
Like I don't get how is that
Maybe
allowed? How
You
is
don't have
that-
enough rats in here.
Guys, this is my favorite segment. Joe describes a documentary
about rats.
If
You're not interested in it is crazy. It is,
I'm.
Have you seen Willard?
Okay. What we do
You said there were more rats in Taiwan than people.
in New York City.
New York?
New York City.
Okay.
All I'm saying is this isn't Rogan. We don't have 6 hours.
I understand. I just got the 10 mark, so we got
I was
some
gonna segue into our
roast. Let's
yeah,
get
for
that,
sure, roast.
And then we got Richie's bird story that we need to
Oh,
get.
we got to make time for that.
Speaking of
if you want a statistic,
dirty animals.
If you want a statistic, there are more Spanish speakers in America than there are in Spain, which is why our nonprofit works real hard to
shameless plug.
Yeah.
Add more Spanish speaking to Spain.
Ship them to Spain.
Send kids to Spain.
We're sending all the Spanish speakers from here over to Spain.
He just
Loading them in the
writes
cargo
all these plugs.
Yeah.
So he just like writes them all.
We're working
down.
with
You
Alec.
write
They're on the
like
inside
you're-
of my eyelid.
You
The
write like you're
globalists.
running out of time.
Yeah. For sure. Well, we want to make sure we have time for the bird story. So,
Okay, so the roast.
So the roast is this Friday. We're going to
Taps
use
and Caps.
Taps and Caps at 8 p.m. And
Throw
whether
some
you
shade.
after you've listened to Joe for a while now, if you hate him now, if you love him for some reason, it's obviously you didn't know him beforehand.
Yeah, I
But
didn't.
if you've made your determination, whether you love him or hate him, come by Taps and Caps at 8 o'clock on Friday.
We got
and,
some
and
heavy
you two will be
hitters. We
roasting
got
me.
We'll be
DDT
roasting.
coming. We
Yeah.
got
We got
no
lots.
one else.
You know,
Nobody knows.
roasts. You know, they've always been
For
this.
people respected.
Well,
and
they've
highly
always been
regarded.
this thing where it's a way to honor somebody who has done a lot of work.
Here we go.
And now they're just cheap and almost
Specifically
meaningless,
this
and
one.
we just, you know.
Are you speaking to Joe
But
right
as
now?
soon as you want to throw Dalton's roast, let him know.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's like, what? I'm getting a roast?
We were planning it for yours next.
If-
next
look,
month,
next
man.
time.
I might not even show up. So
Yeah.
this could.
No,
Like
if
I
you-
was saying, I love roast.
You better, man. We got a podium and everything.
Yeah.
If you guys want to roast me, I mean that's cool. But there's nothing you're gonna say that I haven't already said to myself. So.
Yeah.
That's how I kind
Man,
of
what a
feel.
cheery
And
bunch of people
this
you
is
got.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right?
I
I got
like
a really happy group of people.
I mean, if you want,
This is
if you
an AA
want the
segment,
truth,
right?
I've been in therapy for a year now. I mean, I'm getting better. I
You
mean,
okay, buddy?
what?
All right.
Are you paying Joe by the hour or what's going on here, Dalton?
We can move the couch in here.
Multi-dimensional globalist elite made me depressed.
Makes me really sad talk.
I feel like I've got the voice now. I just can't think of what to say.
You
as
do it pretty well.
You could just
say
slap chili on
globalist
your
all the
thighs.
time.
The globalist.
The global elite.
Keep blaming
Tyranny.
The frog hormones, man. That's what's doing it.
Here's the thing about pharmaceutical medication for depression is I actually take my own supplements.
You see the globalists and the rats. They
Colloidal silver.
When is the roast?
the roast is Friday at what time?
Friday at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Friday-
Taps
this
and
Friday?
Caps
Yeah,
this
May
Friday.
12th?
May 12th.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my birthday.
You're not gonna
Happy
come.
No, that's my birthday. I'm graduating that morning.
What? You don't want to spend your
Hey.
birthday at my roast?
Nah, I
What are you
don't. I
talking
don't
about?
even want to
Selfish
spend
person.
the next 5 minutes here with you.
All right, so we got our last okay, so speaking of dirty animals, Ritchie, you want to, and Jake, can we push a little bit? We got a little more time to get Ritchie's story out here.
It's
So-
not even that great of a story.
But, I mean, we got the video for it. You got all the
All right, it's a
Facebook
great
Live.
story.
So I'm sitting at Bearded Monk with you. We're planning out the show for
Yeah.
today. And so Richie's like, we got the idea for the going out and asking. So Richie went out to go ask people the Joe Coffey questions. And I'm sitting there for about 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden, I get on Facebook, and there's a Facebook Live video. And it's not Richie doing his job. So let's pull that up, Jake.
Let's get real.
Hey, I have a bird. I'm supposed to take it to the animal shelter. I'm like trying to find a ride. Are you down? I have a bird. We're taking this bird to the animal shelter. I'm live. I think so. Where you live? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt has saved
Getting the ride.
Matt has saved the bird.
You look
And-
like
and-
every old person trying to use Facebook Live.
I feel like I feel like a terrible person, you know, because I'm sitting here stressing about, oh, we're not ready for this show, and I see that, and I like want to get mad at him, but I'm like, he's doing the right thing, you know.
I
It's
call
like
him. I go, hey,
conflicted.
there's this bird. And he's like, oh,
I go, I
okay.
know, I'm
You
watching
know, I'm
the
gonna
video.
I'm gonna use that next time I want to call out of work. I'm just be like, I found this
bird.
bird. Y'all,
Yeah.
I need to take
Well,
it to the
my
animal
friend that
shelter.
actually took me
Explain
to the
how
animal
you-
halt. Okay, so here's what happened. I was interviewing someone outside of Andy's, and I was asking him about Joe Coffey, and then I hear, meh, 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 meh. I'm like, oh, what is that? Look down, there's a bird, and I'm like,
and let's
okay.
be real, you're not sure if you stepped on the bird.
Yeah, I thought that I might have
You're-
stepped on the
this
bird.
could
I
be
thought that I was
entirely-
That's the problem.
Yeah, so I looked down.
He might
and
not
there's
be
this
that
bird.
good of a guy. He's just doing it because he knows it's his fault. You know.
He was after those Facebook Live views. That's what you were really.
Yeah.
I had the same.
Some
exact
girl
thing
was like,
happen.
"Oh, you're so sweet." Yes, I am. And so I found this bird. I picked it up because you're supposed to pick up birds that are injured.
Actually not.
That's what I know.
Dying.
I know that now.
Dying
Yeah, the
disease
germs on your
carrying
hands actually
animals.
kill it. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
the same thing happen. I grabbed a bird and was gonna take it, and then it died in my hands.
Did that really happen?
That really happened, and I was just like,
Why are you guys just picking up hurt birds? That is
Yeah.
not your job. That is not.
Well, then I
your-
take it to the animal hospital, and they're like, "Okay,
shouldn't have touched
give us
it."
the bird." And I was like, "Hey, I named it, and like, I hope it. Call him Toby. He listens." And then they
Did they just lob Toby into the back?
yeah, I was.
they just
scared.
fed him to the snake
Throw
in the
him
back.
No, there was a lot of cats there, and they were just like meow, and I was like, "Can we make sure that I'm not trying to kill this bird?" And then
Toby's uncomfortable.
they said that it would be okay. They mailed it off to the rehabilitation center.
He goes to the lady. He goes, "I named it Toby. Is that okay?" And the lady goes, "It doesn't matter."
I go, "Hey, I named it Toby. I don't know if that matters." And she goes, "Oh, it doesn't." I was like, "He kind of got used to the name on the way up here. You might want to use that."
Wait.
And then
You said you mailed this bird.
they mailed it.
They
I mean,
mailed
I don't know
a
if they
bird.
mailed it, but they got the bird.
Isn't that?
Well, I hope it was priority.
That's like southern.
Right?
like, that's like Texas for like.
Aren't the
scent.
birds supposed
Like,
to
I
take
mailed
the mail? Like,
Right.
you're not
It's
supposed to
the
be mailing.
opposite.
So then I called
Role
back.
reversal.
I actually went to these people that were with me when they found it, and I told them that the bird had died, and they're like laughing and stuff. And I'm like, do y'all have anything to say to the bird's family? It's all on my Facebook. But then I called
Go
the
check
animal
it out.
halt-
Ritchy Flo. Facebook.
I called it, RITCHYFLO. Then I called the I called the animal shelter back and told them that I was shooting a documentary about the bird and if I could like somehow get in contact with it. And they told me that they couldn't release that information and that I'd probably never see the bird again. But I told them I was going to track it
He
down.
literally, I hear him on the phone. He goes, "I will track this bird down." He's like, "I
I go, I'm
remember
very
the feathers
invested.
on its
Just
little."
gonna Jason Bourne your way to this bird. It's probably been put under witness protection.
Download the app, find my bird.
Right.
So I made it.
Listen to me. I have a very particular set of skills.
Yeah. My friends.
Is that your Hamilton reference I heard you were gonna make tonight?
What are you talking
Oh,
about?
here it is. I
that
saw
was
your
the
Facebook
taken. That
post.
was taken.
that
I've
was
been
the joke.
dropping them
This is a
all
comedy
this
show.
entire time.
He's
Making
been dropping
jokes.
those.
Have you really? Have you made
Non-
one yet?
Yeah, dude, nonstop.
Yeah, he was gonna
it.
take his shot.
Nonstop.
Because we
stuff.
I saw your Facebook post
Dalton.
saying how you were gonna make Hamilton references all shows. So Dalton's been watching
Sounds
out
like
because
the
Dalton's
bird.
the only one who's
I-
seen Hamilton.
I have
been
not
dropping them
seen
the
it.
whole
I've
time.
listened
I can see you
Oh.
as a
to
huge
the
gotta
4
rise
hour.
up, man.
Has he made a
soundtrack.
reference?
I've made
Yeah, I
like
caught it.
dozens.
Hey,
I'd say dozens.
Shane, don't throw away your shot. Hey, guys.
You killed it, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we have no control.
So that
Who
was the
lives, who
bird.
dies, who tells our story?
So you saved a bird today. How do
Saved
you feel?
a bird. I feel awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
you saved.
I
a
thought
bird.
about like if I get in a car wreck or something today, like that'd be so like the worst time.
You saved a bird.
That's karma, though. That's how that works, right?
Wait,
You do a
wait,
good
enjoyed
thing, and then a
this.
bad thing's
I
got to
know.
happen to
Is
you.
it not always a bad time to get in a car wreck? Is there a good time to get in a car wreck?
If you're like
If
late
you're on
for
the way
something.
to doing something you don't want to do.
Yeah, if you're like late for something.
I guess so.
Also, I caught these birds.
You know that whole "I'd rather be dead than go."
You
to
know,
work."
you should.
Whoa.
You should
Well,
Car
it's your
wreck.
lucky day.
Car wreck.
Dude, you are
Oh, we're
just.
playing the video off your phone.
No, I found another bird
Oh,
feeding
that
a little
doesn't matter.
baby bird.
Are you considering becoming
So
a
that could,
professional?
on
You
the
should
off
be a bird
chance that's
catcher.
its bird mother.
That might be the bird mom.
Did you step on this one as well?
I don't know if I stepped on it.
I bet you did. So
You should-
you saved a bird. You ruined the show.
you should
That
go
was
by
our big
flown.
closer.
You should go by flown.
Flown.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Let's fly.
Well, that I think we are out of time, right?
Joe,
Jay?
you gotta
Yeah.
stick this landing.
We
Come
look-
on,
we
sign
look-
off.
we
strong.
look- that was fun. That was fun. I enjoyed the time. Round of applause for everybody. Thank you, Shane, Stu.
Yeah, Joe Coffee
our
Rose.
Oh,
That's
so
Friday.
affable host, co-host Dalton today, guest host, with my co-host Ritchy. This
Keep
is
demoting
Joe
Dalton every time
Coffee,
you bring him up.
and that was Nobody Knows. I think we will be back here next Wednesday at 5:30, 6 o'clock, if we can ever figure out a time. And
You'll be
thank
back.
you, Discover Denton Radio,
Soon
Jake,
see.
and goodbye, everybody.
Yay.
Landing.
Oh,
not really stuck.
Hey, did we ever hit 100 listeners?
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com to find new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're there, check out the rest of Discover Denton to find restaurants, hotels, and tons of great community events.